Hello everyone, I am Vijay Kattam and today we will study the TCP protocol. So in the transport layer, to provide the connection oriented service, reliable service, in TCP IP model, we use TCP protocol. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol. So the TCP protocol has the following characteristics. It is connection oriented. It is full duplex, means at time both way communication is possible. This protocol is called as the reliable protocol and stream delivery services using IP to transport message between two processes. In TCP protocols, we use the concepts of the acknowledgement, that is the transmission of the acknowledgement. So along with the TCP protocol, it defines a TCP format. So at the transport layer, the data entity is called as the TPDU, Transmission Protocol Data Unit. So in the Transmission Protocol Data Unit, TCP protocol define its header. So basically, when we said TCP is a reliable or reliability, it means it provide connection oriented services, a flow control using sliding window protocol, error detection using checksum, error control using go back and ARQ. ARQ stands for automatic repeat request technique, and congestion avoidance algorithms has been implemented here. So this is a TCP datagram protocol. So basically, TCP protocol, the first 16 bits represents source port number, second 16 bit represent destination port number. After that, it is a sequence number. So here byte oriented sequence number has been used. Then we use the acknowledgement number concepts. Then this next bits are called as the offset and remaining bits are reserved. Then after that, the most important bits are called as the urgent pointer, acknowledgement pointer, push pointer, reset pointer, synchronization pointer, and fin bit. Basically, fin bit is used during the termination. So along with the these pointers has been set with the some different different uh, different part of the TCP protocol, like urgent pointer. This pointer is used with this field. Acknowledgement concept pointer is one when we use acknowledgement number concept. Push data is used when we need the acknowledgement or we send the data along with the acknowledgement. Then RST, that is a reset bit. Now this is a synchronization bit, and fin bit is basically used for during the termination. Then next is a checksum one. It is for the error detection. Then urgent pointer, we will discuss this urgent pointer and a URG concept in the next slides. And some options and some padding is used here. So source port, it is a 16-bit. It defines the port number of the application program in the host of the sender. Similar pattern, destination port number for the receiver end. Now the sequence number, we use 32 bits here. It conveys the receiving host, which octet in this sequence comprise the first byte in the segment. Means it defines the first byte in the segment. So next one is called as the same acknowledgement number. Then data offset, or called as the header length. This field specify the number of 32-bit word present in the TCP header. Now that control flag or pointer are the urgent pointer, ACK pointer, push pointer. So push data without buffering. RST, that is for the streaming purpose, we put the push data. Synchronization, sequence number during connection establishment. So synchronization pointer is always used during the establishment of the connection, and the fin pointer, that is for the termination of it. So these 6 pointers, we will study these 6 pointers. Now start with the connection establishment phase. So TCP protocol is a connection oriented phase. It means before starting the actual data communication, connection has been established with the receiver machine. Now take one example here. So this client want to establish a session with the server. So before data transmission phase, we start with the connection establishment phase. So in the TCP protocol, first phase is a connection establishment phase. Second phase is called as a data communication phase, and third phase is called as the data termination phase. And these three phases are considered as a three-phase handshaking mechanism. So three-way handshaking mechanism is implemented in TCP protocol. So let's start with the example. So for example, the packet that has been sent, we use sequence number 8000 here. Then this is the acknowledgement field. I have not mentioned anything here because we are not sending any acknowledgement. Then we have set the A button. A stands for the acknowledgement. If we will study this point here, so A stands for acknowledgement. That's second field here. Now next one, we set synchronization field here because here we are establishing the connection. So we have sent this TPDU to the receiver. Now in the diagram, I directly send this TPDU to server, but actually this TPDU is encapsulated into the packet, and then packet is encapsulated into the frame, and then that frame is transferred to receiver machine. Now at the receiver end, frame is removed at data link layer, packet is removed at network layer, and then final TCP TPDU is delivered here to the receiver machine. So we have we have directly shown the TPDU is transferring, but actually this is a complete phase, that is from transport to network data link layer communication is performed here. Now after receiving this packet, server will send its first packet or TPDU whose sequence number is 15,000. Now along with this, it will set the acknowledgement field is equals to 8001. Here we have sent the client has sent the sequence number 8000. So server is sending 8001. Now it has two meaning. First, packet number TPDU number 8000 has been received successfully, and server is waiting for 8001. Now that's two pointer again will be set here. A pointer, that is for the acknowledgement, and S pointer, that is for the synchronization. So this A plus S combination represents currently this communication is under the connection establishment phase. So when this TPDU is received by the receiver process at the client, again same transport to network, network to data link layer to physical layer, then from physical layer to data link layer to network, and from network layer to transport layer. Here we directly represent a transport layer entity. So when this TPDU is received at the client, it will send another message along with the sequence number 8000. Now why we have not increased the sequence number, we will mention in the next slide. Now again, the acknowledgement is equals to 15,001 because we have received the packet number 15,000. We received the TPDU 15,000 and waiting for 15,001. And here we have sent the acknowledgement. So this packet only contained the acknowledgement for this server TPDU. Now this is the rule. Synchronization segment cannot carry data. It means during the establishment phase or where the synchronization field is established, we cannot send the data. But it consumes only one sequence number. So if we perform this so many times, our sequence number will not be increased. And that's why during synchronization phase, this 8000 is not changed. In the both packet or in the both TPDU, we use the same sequence number. Now next rule is synchronization plus acknowledgement segment cannot carry data, but does consume one sequence number. We will see whether this rule has been followed or not. So acknowledgement plus synchronization, one sequence number has been implemented here. That is a 8000. An acknowledgement segment, if carrying no data, consume no sequence number. So here we have the acknowledgement field is set here, and this TPDU does not carry any data. That's why the sequence number has not been increased here. We are following same 8000 sequence number here. Now next, after completion of the establishment phase, second phase has been started here. That second phase is called as a data transmission phase. Now again, push bit is used for the without buffering. So here client want to send the data without buffering. So he has sent sequence number is equals to 8001. Acknowledgement is 15001. Now we have set acknowledgement pointer along with the P pointer, that is a push data, and we have sent the data here. So data is equals to, here we start from the 8001 byte to 9000 byte, that approximately 1000 bytes data has been sent here. So after next TPDU has been sent from the client side, whose sequence number will be start from 9001, because in the last TPDU we have sent the data 9000 here. Again acknowledgement field is equals to 15001. It has set A and P, that is the direct without buffering data here, and again 1000 byte of data has been encapsulated in this TPD. After receiving this two packet, TPDU, server will send a next TPDU reply to the this two one along with sequence number 15001. Now acknowledgement is equals to 10001. It means the server has received all data till 10,000 and he is waiting for 10,001 byte. Then this is the acknowledgement field. Now along with this acknowledgement, we have sent some data here. So data, server has sent data of approximately 2000 byte, that is a 15,001 to 17,000 data. And now this TPDU has been sent to the client one. Next thing, client had sent the acknowledgement for this data, that is nothing but sequence number 10,000, because already data till 10,000 has been sent. Acknowledgement is equals to 7001 because client has received data till 17,000 and then he is waiting for 17,000 one number sequence number. Now this is the only acknowledgement field with this RWND pointer, that is it is nothing but the 10,000. We will discuss the RWND in the next slide. So in this manner, the data transmission has been started. Now one new concept has been discussed here, that is called as the piggybacking. When we send the acknowledgement along with the data, when we send the acknowledgement along with the data, this is called as the piggybacking. So this TPDU represents a piggybacking concept. Server has sent its data along with the acknowledgement for the previously received data. So we received this TPDU, that is a sequence number that is sequence number 9000 and total data is equals to 10,000. So acknowledgement is equals to 10,001. So this is called as the piggybacking concept. So this is a second phase for the data transmission. Now next one is called as a third phase, called as a connection termination. So in the termination, we use the FIN bit. So suppose client has initiated the termination process. So it has sent sequence number X and acknowledgement for last received packet, that is a Y, along with A bit and F bit. A stands for acknowledgement and F stands for FIN. When this TPDU has been received by the server or receiver, it will again send a sequence number Y, that is nothing but the last received. That sequence number Y means it's the TPDU number from the server. Acknowledgement is equals to X plus 1, that is the last received plus 1, along with A plus F. So FIN plus acknowledgement. Now this has been received by the client and client will again send sequence number X. So again here sequence number has not been changed. Now acknowledgement number will be Y plus 1 because client has received Y packet Y TPDU, and finally it will send acknowledgement. So again this is called as the termination phase. So these three phases are called as a TCP handshaking protocol. Now again we have a certain rules are here. FIN segment consume one sequence number if it does not carry data. So here we have in all three TPDU, no data has been carried here. So FIN TPDU will carry only one sequence number. FIN plus ACK segment consume one sequence number if it does not carry data. So these are the three phases called as a handshaking protocol. Now transport layer has defined some primitive operations along with the TPDU. For example, listen, connect, send, receive, and disconnect operation. So listen, TPDU send nothing, that is none. The meaning is the services are blocked until some process tries to come. Now connect, primitive means connect request has been sent. Its meaning is actively attempt to establish a connection. Send is a process where we send the data. Receive, again TPDU send none, because for receiving we never send anything. Block until the TPDU arrives, and disconnect operation. So these are the some primitive operations that has been implemented at the transport layer. Now connection management purpose, we use the concept called as the TASP, that is a transport layer service access point. NASAP, that is a network layer service access point. So application send data to the TASP, that is nothing but the port at host number 1, we call it as a X. NASAP, that is nothing but the IP address. Now TASP Y is nothing but the port number on the receiving side. So direct end-to-end communication has been performed between the port. By the way, the actual communication is always performed from transport layer to network, data link layer, and physical layer. Now for the implementation of the flow control, we use the sliding window protocol here. Along with the sliding window protocol, we for the error control, we use go back and ARQ protocol. Now Nangle protocol, Nangle algorithm has been discussed along with the TCP protocols. So you are requested to study the Nangle protocols. I have already given the slides to you. These slides has been taken from the Frozen's. And then next assignment is the study of the RPC, remote procedure call protocols. Now in the connection establishment phase, we have studied one word that is called as the RWND. That is nothing but the receiver window. It defines the maximum size of the receiver window. RWND concept is basically used here to define the flow control mechanism. So here in the during data transmission phase, we defined here RWND, that is a 10,000. It means we have defined the we mentioned the flow control one. So approximately maximum data that server client can send or server can send is equals to the 10,000 byte. Now next, that is called as the UDP protocol. So we will study UDP protocol in the next lecture.